Joining us now is the founder of Holocaust Matters, Noemie Lopian. Really good to have you with us. I appreciate you sharing your time. And just, if you will, talk to us about your family's experience with the Holocaust, because both your father and mother suffered tragically.
Thank you, Gareth. Yes, my father was 17 at the outbreak of war and went into hiding for about 1.5 years, different towns, different people. But on the 21st of March, 1941, he was an old teenager to not listen to his parents. He refused to go into hiding. And that was the night that he was picked up by the Nazis, who beat him and barked, "Dirty Jews, get out, get out." And he went into his first labor camp of Grünheide. And subsequently, he underwent 6 more labor and concentration camps and 5 transit camps, and was liberated by the Americans on the 30th of April, 1945, emaciated. There's a term called, particularly for the Holocaust, called Muselmann, where they're emaciated physically, but also mentally. And my mum was a little girl of 5, French. My father was Polish, my mum was French. They met at a bar mitzvah. And she was initially evacuated from Strasbourg to Saint-Junien. And there, her parents heard increasingly and saw that children and, in fact, entire families disappeared from Saint-Junien, never being heard of again. And they made the difficult decision to send my mum, then 10, her older sister Helen, 13, and her younger brother Joey away to safety to Switzerland, but not knowing who they entrusted the children to. On the way, the 3 children, my mum and her siblings, were arrested, imprisoned, and imprisoned were questioned daily by the Gestapo, gun to the head. Are you Jewish? What's your name? Your parents' name, your parents' address. And that kept repeating, with the fear of being beaten.
And if I'm right in understanding, of the 72 members of your father's extended family, only 6 survived the Holocaust. And the theme of this year's Holocaust Memorial Day is generations. And it's crucial to think that anybody born in 1949 is now well within their 80s, and any of those that kind of lived through the course of the war even older again. And so those first-hand stories are becoming fewer and further between. How important is it for you as a second-generation Holocaust survivor to ensure that the future generations hear those stories and remember them?
It's extremely important to me that not only I myself, but people like you who have important news programs, and in fact schools and universities teach about the Holocaust, that we have a chance to tell our stories and also through by a second generation, but more importantly within the schools also to encourage a debate and thinking. Last week I was at a London primary school and the children asked, how come nobody helped the Jewish people? How come they couldn't hide? How come they couldn't escape? And now we hear that there's growing and increasing, and we feel it indeed. We had the attack in Manchester, a terror attack with murder, of anti-Semitism, hatred towards people of Jewish faith and culture. And I feel that children must understand where this comes from. The hate is a similar process to what we'd had in the 30s, to what we had in the Crusades. It's a form of hate together with scapegoating. And so they find blame for a people. Now, I must tell you that in 1933, there was only 0.7% of the German population Jewish. Here today in Great Britain, 0.5% of the British population is Jewish. We're a drop in the ocean, and yet people hate us just for simply that and scapegoat us, blame us. In Hitler's day, we were blamed for the loss of the war, for the loss of the economy, endless. Today, we're blamed for the war in Israel with Gaza. There is no blame to people who come from the Ukraine, from Russia, from Syria, from Iraq. And this is important, to have that forum and to have that official remembrance, the Memorial Day, which I'm grateful for, which is part of our British culture now since the year 2000. And that was across all the parties who agreed to commemorate this important day.
Joining us live from Manchester, Noemie Lopian, founder of Holocaust Matters. I really appreciate you sharing your time. Thank you.
Thank you.